Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down, Wilson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That third down conversion good for 23.
First down, Seattle.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense met rush coming, and he's taken down.
So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Tyler Ervin back deep. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at the 20.
Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. To try again after the sack. Rodgers, and he'll let this go deep for Lazard. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe the...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 35 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
Intercepted by the Seahawks.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Seahawks 7, Packers nothing.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. That catch good for only a couple. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps him under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Caught left side by Funchess.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Left side, he's got it, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Sliding out of the pocket. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with the pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Dean Lowry
and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Spotted at the left hash. This from 45. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
48-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking deep for Adams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he fires one incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
3-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he puts it through.
The game at 7. Mason Crosby, the kickoff for Green Bay.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Dean Lowry picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And Myers able to knock it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, You've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
At the 32-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On the option, a hand off to Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Off to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 18-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. And he's He's taken down. Back at his own 7. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Austin. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now it's Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it second and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on it for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On second down, it's Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And Adams has it. Good play. And he is going to have the Packers first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, but it's going to be second down. Rodgers throwing here. He sets up the screen to Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Rodgers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. To throw is Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Rodgers to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Rodgers. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them.